All right, folks. So I wanted to talk you through some examples of argument-driven essays for this assignment that have worked well, that students of mine have submitted in the past. You can see these. Here I am under the work for the ninth, and you can see these papers in this folder that says example papers. So the first one that I'm going to look at here is about an old Public Enemy song called 911 is a joke, and you can see kind of what the student has to say about it in general. I will say that the student is doing something here that I don't expect you to do. She did a little bit of outside research about the song, and so because she did research and she's putting information into this paper that didn't just come right out of her head, she's citing her sources as she should. You should do that too if you do research, but that's not something that I'm asking of you or expecting of you to do. Really what you should be doing in this paper, again, is picking a short clip from a television show or a movie, like 3 minutes, a scene from it, or like this is a video, which again is about 3 or so minutes, or like a short passage from a book, and then writing about that. You're making a claim, right? You're saying something interesting about the video or about the clip from a television show or a movie, and then you're finding good reasons to back up that clip, right? Again, that's kind of the fundamental structure of this paper is main claim and reasons to back up that claim. All right, so she is writing about 911 as a joke. If you scroll down here, you can see her thesis. Oh, I think I'm going to try to use my, no, I'm not. Okay, so you can see her thesis. Um, she's doing a couple of different things, right? She's saying that Public Enemy is utilizing casual language. That's like the number one reason, right, that she's giving to support her claim. And then the number two reason, upbeat background music. And then what is her claim? Her claim is that Public Enemy is using the song to prove, to show that there's a disparity in emergency room response time. So the song is about people in a lower income neighborhood calling 911 and the ambulance or the police or the fire department not showing up or not showing up in like a timely way, right? So she's saying that Public Enemy is using their platform to showcase for people who otherwise wouldn't know, and this is a big part of what she's saying here, right? She's engaging listeners of all different backgrounds into the topic of late crime response time. So people who might otherwise not know, so that means, people who are better off, who might not know that there's a disparity in response times, are now being sort of educated about it in this song. So that's her thesis. And how is Public Enemy educating those people? Well, they're utilizing casual language, number one, and upbeat background music, number two. So again, main claim right here, and kind of all of this, main claim, and then reasons to back up that claim, right? Reason one, reason two. And we're going to see that these reasons correspond to the sections of her paper. So she's going to have a first section about the way that Public Enemy is utilizing casual language, and then she's going to go on to a second section about Public Enemy's use of upbeat background music. So here you can see utilizing casual language, right? They're relating to their audience. She's telling us a little bit about Flavor Flav, tone of voice, right? Made it feel as if you were talking to the listener as a friend. So again, this is kind of reinforcing the reason that she is giving right now. But then she goes into evidence, right? Claims, reasons, and then the evidence here would be lyrics. Or they would be sort of like descriptions of things that are going on musically in the song. So she's got a quotation from the song, and then she's kind of unpacking it, right? Where she's saying that Flavor Flav is using this quotation to kind of elicit in readers the question of whether or not they have ever worried about a delay in response time if they're calling 911. She goes on, right? Utilize easily understandable language. So we're still on her first reason. She's just got a second section about it. Again, she's kind of reinforcing this idea. Flavor Flav wrote his lines in 911 as a joke, like a casual daily conversation. The lyrics are self-explanatory because of the simple language used. And then again, she's quoting from the song to back up that assertion. And you should do the same thing. You should be quoting dialogue if it's a television show or movie. You should be quoting lyrics if you're talking about a musical piece. So then she kind of goes on, and again, she's reinforcing her larger point, right? Whether you are a highly educated business person or a young teenager growing up, or an older fan listening in, you can clearly understand the meaning of these lyrics, right? So that this is a piece with reach is kind of what she's saying. So let's see. Easily understandable. Again, easily understandable. So she's really reinforcing that point. Now we're moving on to the second point. Even the music video capitalizes from a laid back and almost playful approach to the situation. She's talking about Flavor Flav's outfit, but he kind of embraced these elements in like a playful way. In order to sort of draw the attention of audience, right? Unique outlook, playful outlook, upbeat outlook. She's kind of saying throughout, right? The use of upbeat and catchy background music. Again, she's kind of reinforcing this point about how the song is catchy. And she's telling us exactly how to. Hold on. Here we go. Good. Right. So it's upbeat and catchy, but then where's our evidence? Well, the use of saxophones and guitars allows the song to develop a repetitive beat, which help to reinforce the song's message, right? So her evidence is in thinking about saxophones and guitars. The background music is slightly chaotic because it is composed of a mixture of various voice samples, instruments, and beats, right? So again, evidence in the sort of discussion of the way that the music sounds that reinforces her larger reason, right? Use of upbeat and catchy background music in order to, main claim, educate people about the response times, different response times. And that's the end of it, right? And then this is her conclusion. So that's kind of what I am looking for you guys to do. Two, in a way, is to have a main claim that you back up with good reasons, and then you find evidence in the form of description or quotation from your text in order to back up those reasons. Let me show you, that was a bit long-winded. Let me show you a second example. I'll try to move a little bit more quickly in this one. This one is organized a little bit differently. So this is the reality of law enforcement. This guy's thesis is, essentially it's very hard to be a police officer. And let's see, a scene that exemplifies the pressures that police officers face every day is this therapist scene. The dialogue, where are we? Okay, here we go. This is the thesis. The dialogue in the scene and the interactions between Leonardo DiCaprio's character, the undercover police officer, and Vera Farmiga's character, the therapist, give the audience a peek into just how damaged the job has made DiCaprio's character, right? Okay, so that is his thesis. And so throughout this paper, he's going to look at a combination of things, the dialogue and the interactions. But he's not going to do it like the former student who did like all dialogue and all interactions, right? All one thing and another. He's going to look at 3 different examples of the mental aspects officers face, right? Of how difficult the job is. And he's going to look at those 3 examples using a combination of the dialogue and the interactions. So, and again, he kind of tells us what he's doing as he's doing it. And then again, he is quoting from the scene itself. The quoting is the evidence, right? And again, he's using dialogue from the scene. He's using descriptions of the way that this character is interacting with a therapist in order to make his larger point, which is that policing is very difficult, and this movie, and in particular this scene, right, because you're focusing on the scene, is kind of showing how difficult those pressures are. So again, so two examples, both organized in different ways, but both presenting a main claim with reasons to back up that claim, and then evidence in the form of quotations and in the form of descriptions of whatever your text is in order to substantiate those reasons.